Jihee Kwon is the assistant store manager for Hyde Park in their Cherry Creek location. And from what I understand, she has been there now just about a year and transitioned from the luxury market from Louis Vuitton over to Hyde Park and selling jewelry and learning diamonds. So she had to get up to speed very quickly. Jihee and her team are VDB members and users and use the app in store. So I'm going to turn it over to her to help share with us how her acclimation to learning diamonds has been, how she used the app to acclimate and get up to speed more quickly on how to sell diamonds in the store. She obviously had a very high-end luxury background, but learning diamonds and learning the specifics and the beauty of the jewelry was something that was new to her about a year ago. So I turn it over to Jihee. Please share with us your experience.
Hi, Liz. Thank you so much for the introduction. I did come from Louis Vuitton, so it was a difficult transition for me going from fashion to luxury jeweler. However, with Hyde Park's intensive training and VDB's help, I really acclimated pretty quickly, especially with VDB being such an intuitive, user-friendly application. It was super easy for me to learn it and also to coach and train my new hires as well. I do have the iPad with me that I currently use at the store. Yeah, so it's actually super nice that I have it here because I'm able to show you how customized our look is with our Hyde Park's color and logo up at the top. This is the view when clients first walk up in my iPad. That is the view that we have. So with my experience, and I go to the app all the time just because this helps me tremendously with clients who's navigating, whether it be a half a carat all the way up to 5, 6 carats. It doesn't matter what size diamond. We are able to access our data in our own database as well throughout our inventory, as well as worldwide. Wherever the diamonds are, we can find it through this app. And
how many stores? Sorry, Jihee. How many stores do you carry diamonds in that you're having to look across their inventories as well?
Sure. We have Denver, we have Newport, and we also have Phoenix. So we have 3 locations that we're looking into. Scottsdale location is more of our watch boutique, but we can look into all of our locations' diamonds from this app, and it actually communicates to our merchandising department. So when I request for a diamond, then our merchandising gets right on it and can find it and request for a memo for the diamond to come into the store right away. Some of my experience with clients when I greet them to our store when they come in, the iPad itself is located right by where our high-end bridal and high-end vitrines are. So when they're looking at bridal and they're searching for diamond, it's really easy for me to grab my iPad and start showing them our VDB app and say, oh, this is the color, clarity, cut, and also the symmetry, whatever you can, or the clarity and color. And here's the lab, which I love because it shows you the reporting from GIA, AGS, which some people, it really matters to them, the reporting for the diamond. When I pull this out, I don't need to go up to my POS and say, wait one moment and lose that momentum with the client or, putting them on the sales floor by themselves. I can always just pull out my iPad, stay right there, connected to them, still engaging with them and keeping that momentum going. So I've had really great experience with it. Their feedback is actually quite positive. When I pull this out, a lot of them are, they're saying, oh my gosh, that's very fancy. What is that? They're really interested to look at it. And also there's great video of each diamond. So when you play the video, they're able to see the 360 view of the diamond itself, which is super helpful for those that are very visual. And when you don't have the diamond in the store yet, they're very hesitant to decide. But once they see the video, then it really grasps their attention and say, oh, I could really tell what it looks like. One of my advisor from Engage Boutique, which is also presented by Hyde Park. She comes from a luxury jeweler background too. And for her to learn this, it took her maybe 20 minutes, not even. I mean, seriously, she just got on it. She was able to navigate it all by herself. And she actually shared her success story with me
Oh,
where, yeah, her very good clients came in. And this couple, when they came in, the diamond wasn't at the store and they were in a time crunch and they needed to purchase right away. And when she said, well, I can show you what it looks like. And they were very odd and said, you can't show me diamonds right now. And she said, actually, I can with my app. And they're mesmerized when you turn on that video for them, right? And they continue to have conversation. And she actually closed the sale just through this app and
wow,
just
that's
through this
awesome.
video. Yes. So that has been tremendous for us. You know, during this unprecedented time, people will continue to shop through app, through email, you know, through Zoom meetings or
Right.
whatever it is. And
Yeah, we do those all the time.
exactly. So we believe this app is super important for us to continue and increase our sales.
How
Um,
has it played a role? So, how many people? You have a pretty large sales team in Cherry Creek. How many people are on your team?
so right now we've got 6 in Hyde Park side,
Mhm.
3 in Engage Boutique,
Okay.
right, and that's throughout this pandemic.
Right.
You're right, with this time, but uh, prior to that, usually we have about 9 to 10 on Hyde Park side. Engage Boutique, we would have 3 or 4. So with that many people, sometimes you have early adopters, but you also have our senior client relations. She's been
Yeah.
there over 30 years, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and for her to grasp the concept, I would say it was a little challenging in the beginning, but with anything that gets rolled out and trained out to her, she is on it. I mean, she's very diligent to learn. She's eager to learn, and with this app too, once you look at it, you're not used to it. Overwhelming to look at it, but once you see how easy it is to navigate and intuitively learning it, it was it was pretty tremendous for her. It helps her a lot on the sales floor. It's not replacing who she is because she's been there over 30 years, and that relationship, you know, that she has with her clients is super important, but it's actually helping her and heighten the ability to sell to her clients.
Awesome.
Yeah,
She's been 30 years with the store.
I think so. It's been over, I believe.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So she's
Yeah,
basically, since Hyde Park came about, she's been with the
yeah,
store the whole time. That's really
yeah,
neat. So it
yes.
was a little challenging for her to push past, but she was able to push past in the end.
Right. And
That's
I
awesome.
also believe in the moment on the floor training is very important.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a need, it's important for you to have the iPad handy and
Mhm.
have the app up and running. So in the moment when there's a need on the floor, presenting it that way is also important.
How early in the transaction? So if I'm a customer and I walk through the door, is it pretty early on that you grab the tablet and your team grabs the tablet to engage me?
I think once they mention that they're in the market for diamonds, then
Mhm.
this is my first go-to
Awesome.
because right. And we do have our own system where we can go in and look for diamonds. Again, that would mean that we need to step away from them and move over to our POS system. We also have Surface Pros on the floor, but this application is right on the iPad, easy access for us to click right into.
Mhm.
So it's pretty early on that we grab this as soon as
Awesome.
they diamonds. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And any feedback you can give in terms of other success stories, or is that the only one that comes to mind today?
Other success stories are, I mean, you know, just having the app itself is a success story for us
Mhm.
because we really, it's a good revenue for us to go to whenever we're stuck, especially myself who doesn't come from, you know, long diamond experience. I could always grab this and I know to trust it. And in order for me to find a specific category of that diamond or shapes or carat weight, anything like that, it's so easy for me to navigate it. So for us to present it anytime during our sales, it's been successful.
Awesome.
Sometimes people will say, well, I don't know how to navigate it, but within 5 or 10 minutes with a one-on-one training, it's hands-on, they're on it.
Yeah. And you're speaking, in that case, you're speaking about your salespeople.
Correct. Everyone
Right.
on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you
Right.
also, I want to go back to a comment you made earlier that I thought was really interesting. So when the customers are coming in, they're actually kind of excited to see technology become part of the sales experience in your store.
Correct, because it's so new and it's a newer concept for people to absorb, but
Mhm.
it's actually fascinating at the same time. Not many people offer this kind of service or the app once you walk through a jewelry store. So for us to offer such high tech app to them, they are fascinated by that, of
That's cool.
course.
And do you see anything in terms of age relevance? Is it younger customers, older customers, or is it everybody who's pleasantly surprised by it?
I think it's everybody who's pleasantly surprised by it. It's a level of pleasant. but, but with older clients, they are more mesmerized by it because they haven't experienced it before.
Interesting. So the older
Right.
customers are, huh,
Correct. Yeah.
that's so
Where
awesome.
our younger clients who are more connected to iPads and technology, and our Engage Boutique actually has all the iPads in there where they could play with the app and all this. But when you're presenting it in front of them like this, their focus goes to the iPad and say, what is that? And it really raises questions, and they become curious of what it is.
Do you
Especially when you
find,
open the video of the diamond is when you
yeah,
really get,
I was curious on that.
yes.
So have you been able to really educate the customer more effectively by showing them the differences in the grades, et cetera, on the diamonds because you have the videos?
Yes, the video is excellent, but also because it has the ability to access certification from GIA and AGS, we're able to pull the report up for them and show them the mapping of the diamond as well on the GIA report, which
Mhm.
is also very, very important to some people that
Absolutely.
have been doing their researches for, a couple months. And they immediately say, well, does this have a report? I said, well, I'm glad you asked because I could access it right away. Where you see the diamond, we can click into GIA and it opens up the report for us. And again, it's not killing the momentum. You're still engaging with the client. You don't have to step away somewhere else to look for this information. It's
Mhm.
within the app.
And
And
your
that
face
really,
to face, yeah.
yes, and that boosts the sale. I
Right.
mean, right.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, everything I know about attention, the more direct contact you have with the customer, the more engaged they are in the process and the more excited they'll be in listening to you. So,
Correct.
I'm glad to hear that, obviously, especially in the case of your sales associate who you mentioned earlier, she has 30 years experience. She knows probably everything about a diamond you could possibly know. And the fact that her knowledge, her relationships, her expertise, when coupled with this tool, are making sales happen even more effectively is really good to hear. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to share that you haven't shared so far?
I think this is such a great app that it's a must for everyone for our jewelry store. It will really boost your sale.
So happy to hear. So, having you guys as one of our early adopters, I think it'll be 2 years this summer going on. So you came into it halfway through, but it's such an honor to have you guys be a part of this and to share your experience. We couldn't have written it better than hearing it from you, and knowing that every day you're in the sales floor working with the customers. I'm also excited to hear your success stories with the new functionality, the share collection functionality that was just released to your app. I can't wait to hear the stories from you and your team on how you're selling remotely even more efficiently now. So,
Yeah, very
good luck.
excited for that. Thank you
Awesome.
very much, Liz.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, Jihee.
My pleasure. Thank
All
you.
right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.